So let's really think about this for a second. How is a tiny smartphone, something that fits in your pocket, now trying to run at 30 watts? 30 watts. That's laptop power. And this whole discussion started from a report by WCCF Tech, which picked it up from a Reddit discussion. The topic? The upcoming Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6 Pro possibly reaching a crazy 25 to 30 watt TDP. Now, let me break this down in very simple English. TDP basically means how much power the chip uses and how much heat it produces. More watts equals more heat. Right now, the current Snapdragon 8 Elite can already hit around 20 to 24 watts. That's already wild, because guess what? Some thin and light laptops run at 20 to 25 watts. So imagine your phone, which has no big fan, no big cooling system, no open space, trying to handle that. Now, rumors are saying the Gen 6 Pro could go even higher, maybe up to 30 watt if not controlled. And how is Qualcomm trying to do this? Simple. Higher clock speeds. The Gen 5 for Galaxy already hits around 4.74 GHz on performance cores. Now, the Gen 6 Pro is rumored to be tested at 5 GHz as a starting point. 5 GHz. Inside a phone. That sounds cool on paper. Big numbers, big performance. Benchmark kings. But here's the problem. Phones are small. Very small. Inside that slim body, you have battery, cameras, speakers, motherboard, cooling plate, vapor chamber. And now you want to push 30 watts of heat in there? Where is that heat going to go? Even if you add a high-speed fan or a bigger vapor chamber, there's only so much space inside a phone. At some point, physics says no. What happens next? Thermal throttling. That means the chip gets too hot and then slows itself down to avoid damage. So yes, it may hit 5 GHz for a few seconds, maybe in benchmarks, but in real life, gaming for 20 minutes, recording 4K video, heavy multitasking, it will slow down. And when it slows down, all that bragging rights performance doesn't really matter. Now, some people are saying Qualcomm could use cooling ideas like the heat pass block tech from Exynos 2600, basically a better way to move heat away from the chip. That might help a little, but here's the real question. Why are we even going this direction? Why push power higher and higher instead of making the chip smarter and more efficient? Because here's something important most people don't talk about. After a certain speed, pushing a processor faster gives very small performance gains, but uses a lot more power. It's like a car. Going from 60 to 100 kilometers an hour is easy, but going from 200 to 220, that needs way more fuel. Same thing here. You might gain 5% more performance, but power usage jumps 20% or more. And that extra power turns into heat, and heat is the enemy of phones. Now, look at what Apple does with their A-series chips. Instead of just pushing crazy clock speeds, they improve efficiency. Their efficiency cores get faster without using more power. That's smart engineering. Because at the end of the day, what do we want as users? We want stable gaming, good battery life, cool temperatures, long-term performance, not just high benchmark scores for screenshots. If Qualcomm keeps increasing power like this, phone brands will have to add bigger cooling systems, use silicon carbon batteries, make phones thicker, or deal with overheating. And even then, it may still throttle. So now we're reaching a strange point. Smartphones are trying to behave like laptops without having laptop space. And that's the dangerous part. Because once you cross that 25 to 30 watt line in a phone, you are fighting physics. Not marketing, not competition, physics. So the big question is this really innovation? Or is it just chasing numbers to beat competitors in benchmarks? because if real-world performance suffers, if battery drains faster, if phones get hotter, then who really wins? That's what makes this situation so interesting and, honestly, a little worrying. We don't need 30-watt monsters in our pockets. We need smart, efficient, balanced chips. And right now, it feels like the industry is choosing speed over balance. Let's see if Qualcomm adjusts before things get out of control.